The whole thing.
All right.
Can't prep, so it's on. It's dry. That's good, it looks good.
Check.
Good.
All right, we're good.
Stay safe.
Yeah.
Hey, you have time. Oh, yes.
All right. Good evening, everyone. This meeting is being held in accordance with the public laws of 1975, Chapter 231, and adequate notice of this meeting has been provided by a notice sent to the Asbury Park Press, the Two River Times, Star Ledger, and posted in the main lobby of the municipal building and on the municipal website. OPMA authorizes municipalities to conduct public meetings through the use of streaming services and other online meeting platforms. Red Bank Council is meeting in person, as well as providing an option for the public to participate via Zoom video meetings. Please note that the option to attend is being provided as a courtesy. Therefore, if Zoom becomes unavailable during the meeting and it cannot quickly be fixed, council will continue with the remainder of the meeting. For those joining us via Zoom, please raise your hand during designated times to be recognized for a comment. Whether you are appearing in person or via Zoom, you must provide your name to be recognized. Please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. Pledge allegiance
To the flag
To
of
the
the
flag
United States,
United States of America,
to the republic, which stands one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
That Ben saying the pledge.
Yes.
After
Somewhere you're up.
that.
yeah, I'm here.
Nice to see you. Roll call, please. I mean, man, I just.
We just.
It's right here. It's
Councilmember Bonatakis here. Councilmember Cassidy.
present.
Councilmember Facey Blackwood here. Councilmember Forrest. There.
Present.
Councilmember Janone.
Here.
Deputy Mayor Trigiano
Here, Mary.
and Mayor Portman.
And here. My apologies, Mary. All right. As revenge, you're having me read 7 proclamations tonight. So we will start with 2025 Apraxia Awareness Month, creating community connections. Whereas May 14th, 2025 marks Childhood Apraxia of Speech Day, during which awareness will be raised throughout the borough of Red Bank about childhood apraxia of speech, an extremely challenging speech disorder that affects 1 in 1,000 children. Whereas childhood apraxia of speech, CAS, causes children to have significant difficulty learning to speak and is among the most severe speech deficits in children. Whereas the act of learning to speak comes effortlessly to most children, those with apraxia require early, appropriate, and intensive speech therapy, often for many years, to learn to speak. Whereas without appropriate speech therapy intervention, children with apraxia will have diminished communication skills, but are also placed at high risk for secondary impacts in reading, writing, spelling, and other school-related skills. Whereas that such primary and secondary impacts diminish future independence and employment opportunities and challenge the ability to become productive, contributing citizens if not resolved or improved. Whereas public awareness about childhood apraxia of speech in the borough of Red Bank is essential for families of children with this neurological disorder and the professionals who support them to achieve the needed services for those learning to use their own voice. Whereas our highest respect goes to these children, as well as their families, for their effort, determination, and resilience in the face of such obstacles. Let it be resolved that May 14th, 2025 is Apraxia Awareness Day, and citizens of the borough of Red Bank and surrounds are encouraged to work within their communities to increase awareness and understanding of childhood apraxia of speech. Now, therefore, I, William Portman, Mayor of the Borough of Red Bank, proclaim that May 14th, 2025 is Apraxia Awareness Day, and citizens of Red Bank are encouraged to work to increase awareness and understanding of childhood apraxia of speech. Next up is Building Safety Month, May 2024. Whereas our borough is committed to recognizing that our growth and strength depends on the safety and essential role our homes, buildings, and infrastructure play, both in everyday life and when disasters strike. And whereas our confidence in the resilience of these buildings that make up our community is achieved through the devotion of vigilant guardians, building safety and fire prevention officials, architects, engineers, builders, tradespeople, design professionals, laborers, plumbers, and others in the construction industry who work year-round to ensure the safe construction of buildings. And whereas these guardians are dedicated members of the International Code Council, a nonprofit that brings together state, local, territorial, tribal, and federal officials who are experts in the building environment to create and implement the highest quality codes and standards to protect us in the buildings where we live, learn, work, and play. And whereas these modern building codes and standards include safeguards to protect the public from hazards such as hurricanes, snowstorms, tornadoes, wildfires, floods, and earthquakes. And whereas Building Safety Month is sponsored by the International Code Council to remind the public about the critical role of our community's largely unknown protectors of public safety, our code officials, who assure us of safe, sustainable, and affordable buildings that are essential to our prosperity. And whereas Game On, the theme for Building Safety Month 2025, encourages us all to get involved and raise awareness about building safety on a personal, local, and global scale. And whereas each year, in observance of Building Safety Month, people all over the world are asked to consider the commitment to improve building safety, resilience, and economic investment at home and in the community, and to acknowledge the essential service provided to all of us by local, state, tribal, territorial, and federal building safety and fire prevention departments in protecting lives and property. Now, therefore, I, William Portman, Mayor of the Borough of Red Bank, do hereby proclaim the month of May 2025 as Building Safety Month. Accordingly, I encourage our citizens to join us as we participate in Building Safety Month activities. And what Building Safety Month activities does the borough have planned for?
We're gonna go through the clerk's office, right?
Let's check it. Next up, it is EMS Week, proclamation, we care for everyone. Whereas emergency medical services are a vital public service, and whereas the members of emergency medical service teams are ready to provide life-saving care to those in need 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, and whereas access to quality emergency care dramatically improves the survival and recovery rate of those who experience sudden illness or injury, and whereas emergency medical services fill healthcare gaps by providing important out-of-hospital care, including preventative medicine, follow-up care, and access to telemedicine. And whereas the emergency medical services system consists of first responders, emergency medical technicians, paramedics, emergency medical dispatchers, firefighters, police officers, educators, administrators, pre-hospital nurses, emergency physicians, trained members of the public, and other out-of-hospital medical care providers. And whereas the members of emergency medical services teams, whether career or volunteer, engage in thousands of hours of specialized training and continuing education to enhance their life-saving skills. And whereas it is appropriate to recognize the value and accomplishment of emergency medical service providers by designating the Emergency Medical Services Week. Now, therefore, I, William Portman, Mayor of the Borough of Red Bank, in recognition of this event, do hereby proclaim the week of May 18th through the 24th, 2025 as Emergency Medical Services Week. The 51st anniversary of EMS Week theme is EMS Week, We Care for Everyone. I encourage the community to observe this week with appropriate programs, ceremonies, and activities in honor of the EMS profession and the essential service it provides. A moment, please. Gardening for Wildlife Month. Whereas the Borough of Red Bank recognizes that wildlife species are declining at an unprecedented rate. Globally, there are over 1 million species endangered with extinction, and 1/3 of North American wildlife species are at increased risk of extinction in the coming decades. And whereas the Borough of Red Bank recognizes that human health ultimately depends on well-functioning ecosystems and that biodiverse regions can better support food production, healthy soil and air quality, and can foster healthy connections between humans and wildlife. And whereas the Borough of Red Bank is working to build a healthy, sustainable, and wildlife-friendly community that brings the many benefits of nature to all corners of our community. And whereas Gardening for Wildlife is a national initiative of the National Wildlife Federation that empowers Americans to support local wildlife like birds and pollinators by planting native plants in their garden and throughout the community to help restore and connect habitat. And whereas the Borough of Red Bank supports and promotes Gardening for Wildlife Month throughout the community and encourages residents to participate, including certifying and maintaining their property as a certified wildlife habitat with the National Wildlife Federation. And whereas the Borough of Red Bank will continue to support local efforts that protect, restore, and conserve habitat and vital environmental services, as well as foster a greater connection between residents and wildlife. Now, therefore, I, William Portman, by virtue of the authority vested in me as mayor of the Borough of Red Bank, to hereby proclaim May as Gardening for Wildlife Month in the Borough of Red Bank and encourage all residents to plant native plants and participate in community activities that support and celebrate healthy, sustainable, wildlife-friendly communities. I'm certainly doing my part by the tree that's being eaten by a deer every season in my yard. All right, well, that's why these guys are hanging out here. It's National Police Week, May 11th to 17th. To recognize National Police Week 2025 and to honor the service and sacrifice of those law enforcement officers killed in the line of duty while protecting our communities and safeguarding our democracy. Whereas there are more than 900,000 law enforcement officers serving in communities across the United States, including the dedicated members of the Red Bank Police Department. And whereas there have been 79,000 assaults against law enforcement officers in 2023, resulting in approximately 15,000 injuries. And whereas since the first recorded death in 1786, more than 24,000 law enforcement officers in the United States have made the ultimate sacrifice and been killed in the line of duty. And whereas the names of these dedicated public servants are engraved on the walls of the National Law Enforcement Officers Memorial in Washington, D.C., and 147 new names of fallen heroes are being added to the National Law Enforcement Officers Memorial this spring. The service and sacrifice of all officers killed in the line of duty will be honored during the virtual National Law Enforcement Officers Memorial Fund's 37th annual Candlelight Vigil on the evening of May 13th, 2025. And whereas May 15th, 2025 is designated as Stand Watch for the Fallen Memorial in honor of all fallen officers and their families, and U.S. flags should be flown at half-staff. Now, therefore, I, Mayor William Portman, on behalf of the council and a grateful community, to hereby proclaim May 15th, 2025 as Peace Officers Memorial Day and May 11th through May 17th, 2025 as Police Week, and call upon all citizens to remember the peace officers who have given their last full measure of devotion in the line of duty and direct that the flag be flown at half-staff on Peace Officers Memorial.
I was gonna say, sit down and relax. Like, you didn't want to. For birthday and stuff. Thank you, sir. Appreciate it.
Speech.
Thank you. Look at me, I shit up. Big team though. That's one. Good looking guys, I believe it. Thank you. Thanks again, sir.
Well, thanks to the mayor and council, as always, for looking out for us.
Thank you.
Please, definitely mutual.
Yes.
Chief.
Mhm.
See you, chief. Thanks again. Ready? A little sweaty, sorry.
Best,
Good to see you guys. Thank you. Good seeing you. Thank you.
best of the best.
Thank you. Right, Ben.
All right, next up. We have National Public Works Week proclamation, May 18th to the 24th, 2025. People, Purpose, Presence. Whereas public works professionals focus on infrastructure, facilities, and services that are of vital importance to sustainable and resilient communities and to the public health, high quality of life, and well-being of the people of the Borough of Red Bank. And whereas these infrastructure, facilities, and services could not be provided without the dedicated efforts of public works professionals who are engineers, managers, and employees at all levels of government and the private sector who are responsible for rebuilding, improving, and protecting our nation's transportation, water supply, water treatment and solid waste systems, public buildings, and other structures and facilities essential for our citizens. And whereas it is in the public interest for the citizens, civic leaders, and children in Red Bank to gain knowledge of and maintain an ongoing interest and understanding of the importance of public works and public works programs in their respective communities. And whereas the year 2025 marks the 65th annual National Public Works Week sponsored by the American Public Works Association. Therefore, be it resolved that I, William Portman, Mayor of the Borough of Red Bank, do hereby designate the week May 18th through the 24th, 2025 as a National Public Works Week. I urge all citizens to join with representatives of the American Public Works Association and government agencies in activities, events, and ceremonies designed to pay tribute to our public works professionals, engineers, managers, and employees, and to recognize the sustainable contributions they make to protecting our national health, safety, and advancing quality of life for all. More?
One more. We have Older American.
What's that?
Older Americans Month.
Yep. Next up is Older Americans Month 2025. Whereas May is Older Americans Month, a time for us to recognize and honor Red Bank older adults and their immense influence on every facet of American society. And whereas through their wealth of life experience and wisdom, older adults guide our younger generations and carry forward abundant cultural and historical knowledge. And whereas older Americans improve our communities through intergenerational relationships, community service, civic engagement, and many other activities. And whereas communities benefit when people of all ages, abilities, and backgrounds can participate and live independently. And whereas the Borough of Red Bank must ensure that older Americans have the resources and support needed to stay involved in their communities, reflecting our commitment to inclusivity and connectedness. And now, therefore, I, Mayor William Portman of the Borough of Red Bank in Monmouth County, do hereby proclaim May 2025 as Older Americans Month. This year's theme flipped the script on aging to transform societal perceptions and approaches to aging, encouraging active engagement and highlighting the contributions of older adults. I further call upon all residents to join me in recognizing the contributions of our older citizens and promoting programs and activities that foster connection, inclusion, and support for older adults. We have an age of what the older Americans, like, what's the cutoff? I'm trying to figure out how many of us, 50 is the cutoff?
That's how old you have.
Then any number of us could accept this war number. Well,
Okay.
any number.
I'll leave it at that.
Okay, next up, can I have a motion to open the floor for public comment on agenda items only?
So moved.
Have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Anyone? You gonna wait till the end, Jimmy? All right. Anyone online?
Checking now. No, sir.
All right, can I have a motion to close the public comment on agenda items only?
I have a motion.
Can I have a second?
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Can I have a motion to approve the minutes from 4/24/2025?
So moved.
Have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All right. Does Tom need to come up and say anything about the budget? All right, come on up, Tom. Let's do that now.
Tom, can you use that mic, please? Yeah.
By the way, this is our CFO, Tom Seaman, Red Bank Catholic Basketball Hall of Famer.
Everybody,
Hello.
I'd like to thank Finance Ad Hoc Committee and Borough Manager in the assistance of preparing the budget. We created a pretty good budget this year, I think. The total budget for the municipal part is over $30,170,892.60, with $3,500,000 used in surplus to offset what we have to raise in taxes, with over $9,675,000 in general revenues to offset what we have to raise in taxes. And the raise for taxes is $15,297,169.96. That is a 2% raise, which is way under our caps. We have a lot of projects that we're working on. We're dealing with increased health benefits costs, salaries increases, which are sometimes over 2%. So we have a really tight budget, but we will continue just the level of services that everybody would love to keep. On the appropriation side, we have to raise another $1,000,000 for a reserve for uncollected taxes, which is we have to raise because of taxes that are not paid. Formula that we have to follow with the state. We have no control over what the schools or the county taxes will increase, but our overall increase of valuation of 9.5%. So the average value of a property is about $600,000 and 2%, which is a little over $100 per property, but it varies on if your assessment's increasing by 9% or not. Sometimes commercial increases more, or even just resident or park increase. I think it's a good budget. I know we have a public hearing, or that I guess you have to open up to the public. I'll be happy to answer any questions. If you would like to make a comment, fine.
Anyone have any comments or questions for Tom?
I just wanted to echo my thanks to the ad hoc finance committee and to the CFO for your great work on this budget, to be giving the residents such clarity in your budget presentation as well. And then also for it to be a number like 2% when the borough is taking on more than it ever has before and accomplishing more than it ever has before in a short period of time is a true testament to the teamwork in the borough. And we're full of gratitude. So thank you to everybody that worked on this. I didn't lift a finger and I'm truly appreciative. Thanks.
I'm just again impressed that with all the capital projects going on, we're only looking at a 2%
Yeah.
budget increase. So good on you, Tom.
And luckily, we will incur debt because of these projects, but what we do is we go out for notes. And eventually we'll probably go out for permanent financing, which will hopefully levelize our debt. Sometimes debt comes off. And then the way the bond council and the way we do it for the county, if we go out for the county bonding system, is to levelize the debt. So our debt won't spike, but it'll go out maybe another 20 years. And we'll do these projects. I mean, we have some great projects going on. Marine Park, we have going on improving parks, and we have the road projects all the time. We have the ongoing lead service program. So
And DPU.
going on.
Do we approve this?
I think it's a public hearing, so we go to the public for comment and any kind of questions, and then I think you'd adopt the budget.
Well, hold on a second.
So Tom, explain
There is an amendment on
the capital.
a capital.
Gonna take a separate vote.
This is a separate vote. I guess my question is, are we doing this one now?
Yes.
Okay, so first we have, we just have a resolution pertaining to the 2025 municipal operating budget. It's resolution 25-97. Can I have a motion to approve resolution 25-97? Have a second?
Second.
Call please.
Councilmember Bonatakis,
Yes.
Councilmember Cassidy,
Yes.
Councilmember Facy Blackwood,
Yes.
Councilmember Forrest,
Yes.
Councilmember Janot,
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Trigiano,
Yes.
and Mayor Portman.
Yes.
Thank you.
Okay, now, can I have a motion to open a public hearing on the 2025 municipal operating budget?
I'll make such a motion, Mr. Mayor.
Can I have a second?
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, so if anyone has any questions on the budget, now's your chance. We've got the CFO here. Anyone online, Jim? Owen? Brian, you got any questions? You good? All right. Game on?
No,
All right. All right, can I have a motion to close the public comment?
So moved.
Have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Can I have a motion to approve resolution number 25-98, which is a resolution upon adoption for year 2025 municipal budget?
So moved.
Have a second?
Second.
Roll call, please.
Councilmember Bonatakis.
Yes.
Councilmember Cassidy,
Yes.
Councilmember Facy Blackwood. Yes. Councilmember Forrest,
Yes.
Councilmember Janot,
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Trigiano,
Yes.
and Mayor Portman.
Yes. Okay, next up is an introduction 2025 07 a bond ordinance providing for improvements to various municipalities.
Okay.
Actually, hold on one second. Right, but.
I don't want to approve any other
Right,
municipality.
right. Oh, yeah, I got distracted. I just wanted to take a minute before we moved on. Thank you, Tom.
I could stay for these ordinances if. they're-
Okay, perfect. Yeah, because they may have,
Introduction, so there's usually not discussion, but we'd like to give details if needed.
perfect. Okay, here we go again. 25 07 a bond ordinance providing for improvements to various municipal buildings in and for the borough of Red Bank in the county of Monmouth, state of New Jersey, appropriating $350,000, therefore, and authorizing the issuance of $322,500 bonds or notes of the borough to finance part of the cost thereof. Can I have a motion to approve on introduction?
So moved.
Have a second?
Second.
Roll call, please.
Councilmember Bonatakis.
Yes.
Councilmember Cassidy.
Yes.
Councilmember Facy Blackwood. Yes. Councilmember Forrest.
Yes.
Councilmember Janone.
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Trigiano
Yes.
and Mayor Portman.
Yes. Thank you. A public hearing will be held on 5/22/25. Next up is an introduction to ordinance 2025 08 a bond ordinance providing for improvements to municipal parks in and for the borough of Red Bank in the county of Monmouth, state of New Jersey, appropriating $1,507,000, therefore, and authorizing the issuance of $1,340,000 bonds or notes of the borough to finance part of the costs thereof. Can I have a motion to approve 2025 08 on introduction?
So moved.
Have a second?
Second.
Roll call, please.
Councilmember Bonatakis.
Yes.
Councilmember Cassidy.
Yes.
Councilmember Facy Blackwood. Yes. Councilmember Forrest.
Yes.
Councilmember Janone.
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Trigiano,
Yes.
Mayor Portman.
Yes. Okay, next up is an introduction for 2025 09 capital ordinance providing for improvements to Marine Park for and by the borough of Red Bank in the county of Monmouth, state of New Jersey, appropriating $1,500,000 to pay for the cost thereof. Can I have a motion to approve on introduction?
I just add that that is a capital ordinance. There's no debt on that. That will be funded by two grants. We have an open space grant and we have a Jake's Law grant, which is totally funding. That'll help for any kind of additional costs that we have going on to make sure that project gets completed.
Thank you, Tom.
Well stated.
Can I have a motion to approve 2025 09 on introduction?
So moved.
Can I have a second?
Second.
Roll call, please.
Councilmember Bonatakis.
Yes.
Councilmember Cassidy.
Yes.
Councilmember Facy Blackwood. Yes. Councilmember Forrest.
Yes.
Councilmember Janone.
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Trigiano
Yes.
and Mayor Portman.
Yes. And finally, an introduction for 2025 10 a bond ordinance providing for various 2025 water and sewer utility acquisitions and improvements by and in the borough of Red Bank in the county of Monmouth, state of New Jersey, appropriating $750,000 bonds or notes to finance part of the cost thereof. Can I have a motion to approve 2025 10 on introduction?
So moved.
Have a second?
Second.
Roll call, please.
Councilmember Bonatakis.
Yes.
Councilmember Cassidy.
Yes.
Councilmember Facy Blackwood. Yes. Councilmember Forrest.
Yes.
Councilmember Janone.
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Trigiano
Yes.
and Mayor Portman.
Yes. And by the way, all four of these ordinances that were introduced tonight will be approved at the 5/22 meeting. So you'll have a chance to speak on them then.
Just like to add that we filed a supplemental debt statement with any amounts of these ordinance that have debt. File that with the state. Our debt level is still very low. It's under 1% when we have the ability to go up to 3.5%. So this is standard practice.
Excellent, thank you.
Amazing.
We have a handful of resolutions. Anybody need to pull any of these out?
Thanks, Tom.
Thank you.
Right.
Anyone want to introduce one of these resolutions in individually, or can we do them all on the consent agenda?
No objections, Mayor.
We good? Give you a minute. to
I'm
look.
good.
Okay,
Question on one.
yeah,
So, 25-104, we're revoking, a class 1 cultivator license. So that means that at some point in the future, if there was someone coming in for a class 1, they would be able to get the license. And they would just have to find a location anywhere appropriate in town. Is that the way I understand it? Okay,
yes.
that's all. That was my question.
And we're revoking that license because they lost their state license, obviously.
Yeah, obviously, yes.
Okay, so then can I have a motion to approve resolutions 25-96 through 25-105 on the consent agenda? Can I have a second?
Second.
Roll call, please.
Councilmember Bonatakis? Yes. Councilmember Cassidy?
Yes.
Councilmember Facie Blackwood? Yes. Councilmember Forrest?
Yes.
Councilmember Janelle?
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Triviano?
Yes.
And Mayor Portman?
Yes.
Thank you.
Okay, can I have a motion to open the floor for public questions and comments?
Moved.
Have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Public, the floor is yours. Can you use that microphone? So we say that.
Jimmy Dart, 48 West Sunset Ave, Red Bank. The question I want to ask you about Marine Park. When Storm Sandy hit that park, right? Did they get money back from the state they can use to fix this up instead of putting the burden on the taxpayers?
I don't know. Was there any, I guess, federal or state money to fix Marine Park after Sandy hit? I guess is the question, right?
Yes.
I got money. I got money for the tennis courts. That's it.
That's before my time.
We have to check on that.
I remember reading something that they were gonna give money to fix the tennis courts if they went in that direction, but because they didn't.
That might have
fix
been a
it-
private donation.
That was private.
No,
I think that was.
from the state.
Right, that was
was
a
not
private
finished.
donation, right?
And then another thing too is, the park down there. You have to pay the park at Marine Park,
Yeah, I believe so. In the new lot, yeah.
but I guess every town is different, but don't some kind of think that the park will really.
The park is free. You just have to, if you want to drive there, you gotta pay the park.
Cause what I'm saying is, I know it's different from like, Thompson Park and Homedale. That's what I've been looking at for years,
There's County Park, right?
right?
Mhm.
But why, cause I'm saying now, shouldn't they be free? I mean.
I can tell you that any revenue that's derived from property, parking spots around Green Acres property is used for recreation and open space. It's required by the DEP. To your point is yes, you can't just charge for people to go to a park and use the money for whatever you want.
Right,
That parking money is for the upkeep of the park.
The parking utility has a separate line item that accounts for those revenues that are generated. And then, I don't know if they're trend, of course, Tom just walked out.
yeah, cause I'm going back before.
So like all the hospital permits, all that money definitely goes into the recreation, I believe goes in the recreation trust fund. I don't know how it gets there from the parking utility, but we've worked that out with the Monmouth County Steward for Green Acres, Jessica Patterson. She was down here a number of times about 6-7 years ago. Basically checking compliance with that. Really, that's her job. So.
Yeah, cause I'm just going back before your time, cause you hear a lot of questions about that. Why should you have to pay to go to a public park? And
But look at it this way, Jimmy, you're a resident of Red Bank, right? If we're not charging money to park there and that money is being used to maintain the parks, then that money to maintain the parks is just gonna come out of all of our tax dollars, so.
right, but I'm just saying, cause, you go from town to town, you get different people, you get friends and family members scattered all around, I just say, that's the main question, but now it's finally being fixed. That's why I said, should the burden you put on the taxpayers should they come from the federal government, give money. The taxpayers wouldn't have to foot this bill, for, I don't know how many years.
Right.
And now it's finally been, I said, let me ask this question.
Yeah,
Because the newspaper tell you one thing, and you come here and say, I would have said, why can't it be? Yeah.
well, we are getting, we are getting some grants to fix it up now. You heard, there's the Jake's Law grant, I think it's $750,000 for the playground. And we also have the open spaces grant, which is
Monmouth County, 450.
month for 450. Yeah, so we're getting about 1.2 million.
Right there between.
Take grants, how the grants are paid?
They're just giving to us. We don't have
Give
to,
it to you.
yeah,
Taxpayers don't have to pay.
not a dime. Yeah,
This level.
what's
Okay,
that?
well,
Right.
thank you, that answers my question from down to the newspaper in the garbage.
Right. Anyone else? Stu, you got anything? No, anyone online? I have a motion to close the public comment.
So moved.
All in favor? I'm sorry, second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Christina, you got anything to add?
No big news, but just wanted to comment that it's nights like tonight, even if they're really sparsely attended, that I remind you of the privilege of being on this dais. Just the amount that just got accomplished, passing a really thoughtful, responsible budget, ensuring funding for some of these very big and very important projects for the town. It just reminds me that it's really nice to be up here and really important. So we thank everybody who's contributed to that.
Counselor?
Nothing substantial, but I'll apologize to Mary again for the mayor's gaffe earlier. I'm sorry on behalf of the entirety of.
Helen, I apologize.
No, on Tuesday, we have a meeting of the Housing Authority. You know, those are public meetings. People can attend them. I just wanted in advance to make sure folks know that. Beyond that, it's just beautiful spring and summer in Red Bank.
Yeah, for real.
Broadwalk's coming. Flowers are blooming. Records are gonna be rioting on Saturday. I mean,
Saturday, right?
it's time. This is it, man. May, June, this is, and then you get
Sweet
back to
spot.
October. This is Red Bank's sweet spots in here, it
I
really
agree.
is. So I hope everyone gets out, enjoys it, support your local businesses. There's all sorts of new ones popping up. We got a new coffee shop coming up on
Yeah.
Saturday on Monmouth Street. We got Surf Coffee opening. There's just good things happening. Get out there, support our west side businesses, our east side businesses, our downtown businesses. Just get out, and enjoy Red Bank.
And even businesses in Newman Springs work.
Yes.
Yes. Well, as it is Gardening for Wildlife Month, I would just like to share that this Saturday at 10 a.m. at the foot of West Side Avenue, there's going to be a group getting together for Patchwork for Wildlife, planting native plants in the little area that the Environmental Commission had used to create a native garden. The deer had good eatings over the year, so there are new plants coming in, and it's sponsored by the Red Bank Animal Welfare Committee as well as the Red Bank Environmental Commission. So what they're turning this into is a community teaching garden for children and adults to learn about the varieties of native plants which benefit our ecosystem. And then for contact information, Mary Warner would be a point of contact for that. Didn't mean to take that away from you, Laura, but you know, yeah, it's a garden. I also want to personally congratulate Julie Flores Castillo. She's one of our residents here in Red Bank. She is winning the Russ Berry Making a Difference Award for her work for advocating for immigrant youth via the American Friends Service Committee. She'll be receiving her award tomorrow. Unfortunately, I can't make it, but I do want to wish her all the best. And that's all I have, Mayor.
All right, Laura? I won't forget you, Ben, by the way. You're up after Laura.
Okay.
So the big news is, I haven't actually had the chance, but the elevator at the library is elevator at the library is finally working. Sue, have you got a chance to ride on it yet?
Yeah, I think stairs.
It's working, and it has a phone that works in it, and it's been a couple of years, so it's been a really long thing, so I know the library staff is very excited about that, and I'm sure the elderly people that need the elevator are excited about that too. We had a meeting of the Mayor Wellness Committee. We had a really good talk, I'm probably gonna say this wrong. A Vita, which Tuesday night, the senior center, put on by the Mayor Wellness Campaign, along with Academy Crossroads, which was very interesting to attend that. And animal welfare, we got a beautiful letter from the Newark SPCA, thanking us for the donation of over 1,000 pounds of golden cat food, because they really need. We got a nice note for them. And we went to the breaking the ground the other day for the apartment where the old VNA used to be. So that's kind of exciting news. It looks beautiful. Can't wait to see how it comes out. And that's about it for me.
Okay.
Thank you, thank you. Really quickly, just want to, we're gonna be honoring Julia with a proclamation at a meeting in the future, but I know a lot of us will be there tomorrow, and the Ross Berry Award is it's a high honor. It's an honor worthy of all news outlets covering. It's a very high honor. She's one of only 10 people in the state to receive this honor. The other people that are receiving this award just show the field that she's in. So we're super proud. I serve on the Immigrants' Rights Program for the state of New Jersey for American Friends Service Committee, and it's nothing short of brilliant, the work that Julie is doing, regardless of her age, regardless of being young, regardless of how she started. She's impressive, and she's in a field of her own. And we're all really excited that she's getting statewide recognition for the work that she does. Wanted to recognize Johnny's Pork Roll and International Mexican for making NJ.com's best restaurant list for the state of New Jersey. I would live off of International Mexican if I could, but that would be very unhealthy. But if you haven't been there, you have to get the rib taco or the Arab tacos or the chicken quesadilla or the al pastor tacos, or just all of them. And you have to try all the sauces, everything.
Best hot sauce in the state.
Yeah, 100%. The
Bam.
sauces are primo. Yeah, absolutely. Get extra sauce and then use it throughout the week. But anyways, we have so much amazing food in Red Bank, so it's great to see that recognized. And that's it. Like Christina said, it's just so great to see so much work getting done. So thank you.
I just want to give a shout out to the Red Bank Fire Department Engine 64. I received this letter from the Board of Commissioners of Ocean County. I'll just basically read the first paragraph that just says, "Dear Red Bank Fire Department Engine 64, on behalf of the Ocean County Board of Commissioners, I want to extend our deepest appreciation to you and all the members of your emergency response team for the assistance you provided during the recent wildfires in Southern Ocean County." And it goes on, but just a shout out to our fire department and our chief, Frank Woods. Good work. We know how amazing you guys are, so it's nice to see you getting some recognition in Southern Jersey. What was that? Oh yeah, Ben. I said, Ben, we're gonna forget about you, and then I forgot about you. Go ahead, Ben, jump in.
You didn't forget about me. Just going last. You know, you sometimes rotate it. Although I have to say, this is the latest council meeting I've ever attended because I think it's 113 here in the Netherlands.
Dedication.
Yeah, it's okay. I don't like I don't like missing council meetings, even when I wasn't a council member. So I just wanted to mention that Laura, Janone, and I went to the last Board of Education meeting, the borough schools, and I'm glad we went. Let's see, that was a week ago Tuesday. I also want to say that I like the pork roll place too, even though Kate was just talking about the international place, but the pork roll, you know, I can't eat too much of the pork roll, but it is kind of nice that they were mentioned, a little business there on Mama Street. And let's see, anything else to report? I wanted to comment about the budget and you know, we are authorizing some debt with regards to the school, with regards to the Marine Park and such. And we're getting money for that as well. You know, always think carefully about these things. I mean, it is a small tax increase, but it is a tax increase. And, these are important projects, as Christina said earlier. These are capital things. There's a lot going on the budget. I was glad to be on a little committee there with my colleagues and the manager. And I think this is a very good budget. I think it's a conservative budget that does a lot, actually. And so I'm planning to vote. I know it's just introduced tonight and the final vote's next week. Well, if anybody has anything to say, I'll be happy to listen to it. But, I think it's the most efficient way to fund these things. I certainly wouldn't want to increase taxes dramatically for, a capital improvement that's going to benefit Red Bank for 40 years. I've always wanted a great marine park. It's something I heard a lot about when campaigning as a resident. And these things are necessary and need to be done. So anyway, that's just my commentary and my report, Mr. Mayor. You have any questions? I'll be happy to answer.
Thank you, Ben. We talked about it last meeting, but Red Bank resident Philip Dostie completed his Eagle Scout project. And if you haven't seen it over on East Side Park, it looks beautiful. He kind of just made a nice planting bed where the sign was, replaced the sign and did a bunch of plantings, and it looks really nice. So I'm sure there'll be a unveiling ceremony at some point, but props to Philip Dostie. And just driving here, I noticed how nice the parklet finally looks. It got done, it got planted. There was a nice family sitting there having some pizza. So, and Jim, do we have an estimate on when the Monmouth Park, the street improvement project is done?
Oh, the sidewalks?
Yeah, I mean, they had 90 days to complete the contract, so
Right.
I'm not exactly sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's just
No, I think they've bounced over to the other side of the road though.
nice. Yeah, Monmouth Street's looking good between the new sidewalks and the parklet. So,
And what's also good to report is that we've replaced all the lead service line on Monmouth as well ahead of that project.
nice, very good. And I just drew a blank on her name. But I just want to take a moment to thank what's that?
Daniel Boyle?
Yeah, Danielle, who had passed away, unfortunately, but she was responsible for the beautiful plantings on Broad Street. Really, really enhanced the whole feel of the heart of the borough. So our condolences to her family. And yeah, again, echoing Dave, I'm looking forward to the next few months. It's a pretty time. That's all, Jim. What do you got?
A couple items, did want to acknowledge that we had the official groundbreaking of the Saxon project at the VNA. I know a couple of us were in attendance there, along with Saxon, those who were involved in the project prior to our arrival in the administration here. It's good to see that project moving forward, and definitely we all acknowledge that that's going to be a much needed improvement to the gateway to Red Bank. So, we're happy to see that move forward. A lot of smart details were put into that project, and I know we're all appreciative of that, including, of course, the affordable housing component of that. Tomorrow, just letting everybody know, I'll be attending the New Jersey Municipal Managers Association mini conference, where we'll be getting updates from the Division of Local Government Services. And also, right after our last meeting, we did get the official notice from DEP, and I just wanted to put it out there that we did get the official notice for the Jake's Law application being accepted by Green Acres for the $750,000. So obviously that's all contingent upon the passage of the legislative appropriation, but it's good news that we've made it out of review. We've made it out of, the grant committee process, and Red Bank's project has been put forward for approval. So that's the official word.
Yay.
Thanks, Ben.
That's it.
Yep.
Everything, Jim?
Yes, sir.
Right, do we have any executive session?
Not this evening, Mayor.
No, all right. Then can I have a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Have a second? All in favor?
Hi.
Hi.
See you next time.
Good night, guys.
Rest your trip.
Loving your pictures.